G'day mates and welcome back to Explore with Amanda. So this week we are in my mother country, the land down under, also known as Australia. So I'm going to start with breaking down a few stereotypes of Australia because I am the most un-Australian Australian you'll ever meet. I hate Vegemite. I don't drink VB. I don't currently own a pair of thongs. I don't have a best friend who's a kangaroo or a koala. I don't put shrimps on the barbie, even though here we call them prawns. Still doesn't matter. I don't eat them. And I don't generally walk around going, "G'day mates." So sorry to disappoint you all. Most of you, I'm assuming, will now be turning the video off thinking I'm fake. But I promise you, I am Australian and I simply adore our city, Sydney. So I am from New South Wales. So I've been to Sydney countless times and just simply in awe of its beauty. No matter how many times I go, it's just amazing. There are so many different icons in Sydney, including the Sydney Opera House, the Harbour Bridge, Luna Park. They're just three of the top ones that tourists love to get photos with. So today I'm just trialing a few different video formats, and I'm going to start with doing one like a quiz. So I'm going to ask some questions, and then I'm going to answer them and see how well it goes. If anyone has any suggestions about how they'd like me to format the videos, they are more than welcome. I'm just going to trial some different ones. I also apologise about the quality of today's video. Like I said, I've been having a few technical difficulties, so I'm currently on an iPad that's quite old, so I don't know how well this is going to turn out. So ready for some questions? So how old is the Harbour Bridge? Hint, if you follow my Instagram page, I actually posted about this earlier last week. How big is it? Is it the biggest bridge in the world? And when, in your mind, does it attract most of the tourists? The Sydney Opera House. When was it built? Who designed it? What was its purpose? And what was it modelled to look like? Luna Park. What is it? How old is it? Where is it located? Who or what is the face of the landmark? And are you able to name some of the rides? And of course, the most important question of this video, where is the Tiffany & Co located in Sydney? And is there only one or more? For those of you who are wondering about the relevance and the importance of this question, on my Instagram page I posted a photo. I simply adore Tiffany & Co, as you can tell by my necklace. I've always wanted to channel my inner Audrey Hepburn and go have a breakfast at one of their stores. So throughout this series, each place I go, I'll be looking at the locations and hopefully being able to find them so that when I travel, or for you for that matter, we're able to pop in and maybe grab a little blue box of our own. So, and don't forget, watch until the end of the video because I will be announcing the mystery place that I've added to the video for being late with the upload. So the Sydney Harbour Bridge actually celebrated its 85th anniversary last week. I think it's aged quite well for that. I can't even imagine how many cars and trains and buses and people it's carried over that time, and the stories it could tell. It's only rightfully so that it has a World Heritage listing on it now. Like, we could never get rid of that landmark. It's too iconic to Australia and to the world as well. So it's classified as a spanning arch bridge, and it is the 6th longest in the world, measuring at 134 centimetres from the top to the water level. And it was the widest long span bridge at 48.8 metres until Canada decided they wanted to beat us, and they constructed the Port Mann Bridge in Vancouver in 2012. So thanks, Canada, appreciate it. And even me being a local, the idea of the Sydney Harbour Bridge, my mind automatically goes to the New Year's fireworks. So each year we like to have a theme and just make a really big, amazing event out of the new year. A lot of tourists travel from different countries and things like that to see it. So last year the theme was actually play on words of Sydney, and it was Sid New Year. It was really clever and it looked amazing. So, and don't forget that with the Sydney Harbour Bridge throughout the year, you can actually climb over the bridge. You can do it in the morning, in the afternoon, or the evening. I'm hoping to do it later this year. It's something I've always wanted to do, so here's hoping. And if you guys go, like, definitely, you know, send me photos on my Instagram or comment on the YouTube, and I'd love to see photos of it. So the Sydney Opera House was formally opened by Queen Elizabeth in 1973. Its purpose simply was to have a suitable venue for these large theatrical productions that it now holds. Previously we were using the Sydney Town Hall, and it just wasn't big enough for these productions, and the popularity of these things just required another venue, and that's where the Sydney Opera House came about. So interestingly enough, for the design there was actually an international competition for architects to apply and submit their designs. So there was 133 entries, and that represented over 30 countries of architects. So really amazing how much publicity this got, and the winner was actually a Danish architect. Now I'm a bit worried I'm going to pronounce this wrong, so I am sorry. Jean Artzun. So in 2003 he actually won the Pizza again, sorry, pronunciation, Architect Prize, which is the highest honour for architects. The citation read that there is no doubt that the Sydney Opera House is his masterpiece. It is one of the great iconic buildings of the 20th century, an image of great beauty that has become known throughout the world, a symbol for not only a city but for the whole country and continent. And that is just so true. It is so iconic and so amazing, and it wouldn't be Sydney if the Sydney Opera House wasn't there. So go Jean. He wanted the Sydney Opera House to really capture the feeling of the harbour and aim to shape the roof to relate really naturally to Sydney, much like the sails of a yacht. So that's where we get the white from, and the sail like idea. So